Yo, what up, man? This is Shaggy 2 Dope from Insane Clown Posse. Right now, serious note, man. You out there struggling, man. You out there just trying to slide by, thinking you sinking, man. Don't worry, somebody out there for you, man. There's somebody out to reach a helping hand to help you back up, help you back on shore, help you back up on the ledge, man. Get you back in that saddle. Juggalos in recovery, man.
I just want to give a shout out to all the Juggalos in recovery.
Hey, what's up? It's Ouija Mac. Giving a special shout out to all the Juggalos in recovery.
The fact is, if you need help, Juggalos in recovery are for you.
We're in the same fight together, so keep fighting.
If you feel like your life has become unmanageable, there's nothing embarrassing about asking for help, especially when those who want to help you are Juggalos.
When you got your Juggalo brothers and sisters out there willing to help you, that's the only way you can do it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like you say, one day at a time, and it really does work. I feel so much better. Life is so much better, and the future is looking so much brighter, right?
Juggalos in recovery. If you need the help,
because ain't nobody above recovery. I'm in recovery, and I swear on my life that Juggalos in recovery can help you. So put your hand out and get a little helping hand from our boys. You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop.
Keep up the great work. Be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. Much love. Juggalos in recovery. Whoop, whoop.
What's up, y'all? And sit down. It's time for the Riddlebox. We are going to jump right into it. The Riddlebox. I did a little bit of looking online, and on Wikipedia, this is what it has to say. Each of the 6 Joker's cards relate to a specific character, an entity of the Dark Carnival that tries to save the human soul by showing the wicked inside oneself. Riddlebox is one of the several entities used to determine the fate of the dead. Upon death, a soul enters a dark chamber containing a jack-in-the-box on a wooden table. The front of the box has a painted question mark faded with time, representing the mystery of your own afterlife. As the handle is turned, a melodic tune begins to play, and when the music stops, the choice is made. The pure see a vision of God, warming their souls as they enter eternal peace. The wicked see an immense fog seeping from the box, stripping their sanity as they witness an image of hell, spawned and formed from their own evil, a hideous reflection of their demented souls. The floor falls from underneath them, casting the doomed into the bottomless pit of hell. When you think about what I just read, and, well, what's that have to do with right now? Well, right now, we're in recovery. If you were to think about the Riddlebox as part of your sobriety, if you were to die tomorrow and you turn that crank and it opened, what would you see? No making excuses, being brutally honest with yourself, what would you see? The fact of the matter is, if you see hell, you see the fog, you see the smoke, you got some work to do. If you see the vision of God, then you're doing alright. There's no middle ground. There's no purgatory in this. Either one or the other. Now, you start letting yourself get lost in that brain of yours where there's no adult supervision up there, then I would have to say, stop. As long as you're making progress, you'll be alright. It took us years to mess everything up. It's going to take us even longer to get everything back together, and it will never be the same. So, the show must go on. It's pretty well known in our life, isn't it? It's really hard to decipher by the words that are in that song if there's any real meaning behind it, or if it's just, wicked shit. At least this is how I see it. You take the title, "The Show Must Go On," and you take what I've said about the Riddlebox already. You've done a bunch of wicked bad stuff. Now it's time to make up for it, to improve your life, to build better relationships, to become a better version of yourself. You gotta do something. You gotta put some action with the words that you say, with those thoughts that you think. The show must go on. The world doesn't stop turning because you got some life problems. You gotta figure that shit out on the fly. It's that simple. Being addicts, we're gonna have to be able to figure this stuff out. And it's gonna take time. And some things, when you least expect it, will bother you, will catch you off guard, will trigger you. Don't put yourself down. You're human. You'll figure it out. Just keep going. Let the show move with the show. Don't get left behind. Chicken hunting, we've already gone over that. That was the fourth song, the Slaughterhouse mix though. The one everybody really likes. The toy box, I'm gonna spin this one. Walk into a recovery group. Anyone that fits your taste buds for the day. Start talking to someone else in recovery. Start talking to a stranger on the street. You get into a deep conversation and all of a sudden that person you're talking to says something that you're going to be able to use for the rest of your life. Well, look at Toy Box this way. When we walk into recovery, our toy box is empty. We have nothing. We've lost every tool, or most of our toys are broken. We've lost every toy, given them away, lost them, sold them, whatever the case. And now we've got to rebuild our toy box. So what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and learn. You're going to gather these new toys, these new and improved toys that are made better, higher quality. And you're going to always continue playing with these toys to suit whatever's going on in your life. This toy box has a bottomless end to it. You can keep throwing things in there and nothing will hurt you unless you use them in the wrong way. Now see, in the box, in the song, let's see if I can find it. That's not a toy. Hey, wait a minute. Don't F around, homie. You can lose an eye with it. That's my double blade razor whip chop, Jimmy. And it's mine, mother effer, so gimme. See, why was that in his toy box? Well, here's the thing about recovery. Is sometimes in recovery we learn something at a certain point of our life that only works in that point. And then later on, it becomes a weapon that can hurt people. So in the beginning, that double blade razor whip could have came in handy. Could have fixed the problem that he had to cut off the ties to toxic people. But now, if you use that toy wrong, you're going to get hurt. So maybe you need to organize them. Remember what they're used for. Remember, always go back to your basics. Sometimes that's all you need. Not everything's a big problem. Now see, Cemetery Girl is a very interesting song. And I say this because someone commented on Genius about the song. I don't know if it's true or not. This is not me saying it. I'm just reading what someone else wrote. Cemetery Girl. This song is a deeply veiled allusion to addiction. Perhaps a bit difficult to see past the reference of a dead body, but when Violent J talks about the Cemetery Girl, he is referring to a habit that he has buried, the allure of the drug he misses. Something that was once fresh, that brought joy, now dead and buried and rotting. No longer what it once was, he returns to it in hopes of finding the joy in it again, despite the fact that it is rather deteriorated and unhealthy to return to it. You take Cemetery Girl and you spin it that way, and you go through and read these lyrics. I want my baby back, so now I pack a shovel. And while I'm digging, it's awfully dark and kind of muddy. Don't dig too fast or too deep, things could get bloody. I watch my digging, I hit the top of baby's coffin. I'm thinking, well, she's better off inside if she died. Nah, she needs me. I can tell my baby wants me. 'Cause every night at 2:15 my baby haunts me. Pry it open, the odor hits me. There she is. I lean down to give her a kiss. Because I need a girl that makes me happy. The chorus starts. Just that little bit right there, you think about those words and you translate that into recovery and what us addicts deal with when we start thinking about relapsing. And it doesn't mean, when I say relapse, I'm not talking about just the physical relapse of doing that drug or drinking again or eating or whatever your addiction is. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about emotional relapses. I'm talking about the physical relapses. I'm talking about every kind of relapse you can think of. And you think about what we go through mentally and emotionally to prevent that relapse from happening. I've had cravings and cravings and cravings, and I've had to prevent it. I've had to remind myself. I've had to remember my last drunk. It was a horrible, horrible last drunk, so it helps me stay sober. I've had to think about all of this. I've had to use the toys in my toy box to help me. You think about how your brain or your addiction almost tries to outsmart you. It tries to talk you into it. It's like you're fighting with yourself on the inside. Oh, only one's not gonna hurt you. You'll be able to stop. You'll be able to control it. Oh, you deserve this. You need to celebrate. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. That's what addiction is. Sometimes you can hear it calling you. Sometimes you just miss it. Guess what? We're better off without it. We've got our toys in our toy box to help us. We've got our community. We've got all kinds of resources out there to help us. The only thing that matters is if you stop yourself. You use those toys. You use that support system. You do what you need to do to stay clean and sober. That way the Cemetery Girl doesn't keep calling you at 2:15 in the morning. I don't know about you, but I like sleeping. Let me know in the comment section if you like how I spin this stuff, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. Give me your opinion. I love feedback. I'll play with the feedback. I'll do what I can to give you guys what you want. I am just doing this so I can get the message out there in a different way, some way that might help someone else understand it. So, if you have any suggestions, any comments, anything, either comment below, message the page, message me, Instagram, Twitter, it's all there. Just let me know, give me some feedback, let me know what you want to see more of. And I hope that the new intro and the videos and that I'm trying to up my game on everything so things are more interesting for you guys watching. I thank you all for your support. The 3 Rings is about judgment. How most of us humans get some kind of entertainment out of judging people. I'm guilty of it 100%. Think about when you were in active addiction, maybe even today. Did you judge someone? Did you look at someone the wrong way because you thought they or something else that you don't know whether they are or not? How many times a day do you judge another human being? It's not okay. I was taught growing up that people of a bigger nature were easy targets to make fun of. And it has taken me years, and I still have trouble to this day, and I fight myself every day that I have to deal with it, not to do it, to teach myself how to love those people for who they are. And if I've met you in real life and you are on the hefty side and I judged you wrong or I judged you at all, I am sorry for that. It was something that was taught as a child, and growing up I realized how wrong it is to judge people. You don't know this story. They don't know your story. Very few people know my whole story. When it comes to judging others, the 3 Rings during the song is, in my opinion, calling out everybody of why they're laughing, why they joke, whatever. Why don't they like this or that? And then at the end, it calls them out and says, it's not fun, it's not okay. And that's the meaning to me behind that song, is it's not okay to judge people. Because if you judge people, you're already expecting them to be one way, and you're not giving them a fair chance. Which in turn, you're not giving another human being a fair chance. Why should they give you a fair chance? Why should God give you a fair chance? Why should the universe or your community give you a fair chance? A lot of people talk about being the bigger person. I truly believe in it, and it's a hard fight to have. Someone wrongs you, you just want to go out and knock them out. Be the bigger person. If someone's bullying you, call them out on it. Knock them out. They won't bully you. But if you want to be the bigger person, I'm not saying every situation is the same. I'm not saying go out and beat someone. I'm saying the way I work is when someone starts making fun of me, if it's not a friend of mine where, you bicker back and forth and whatever, if someone is trying to bully me, instead of taking what they're saying to heart, I wonder what they have to be going through in their life to lash out and try to give me pain. You've got to be in a lot of pain to be able to try to give someone else that pain, whether they want it or not. So if I ever encounter that situation, I don't remember honestly if I have before or not. I think I have. And there have been times that it hasn't worked. I'm going through my memory banks as I talk. But I tried. And that to me is what matters. I was trying to be the bigger person. Instead of taking the mean words that they were saying to heart, I asked them what was wrong. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, as long as I continue being the bigger person when I turn that crank, hopefully I see a vision of God. Higher power, being, whatever, the dark carnival, whatever's out there. As long as I don't see that smoke, I'll be alright. I don't think I can translate Headless Boogie into anything unless I stretch it a lot. So I'm not even going to try that. The Joker's Wild. To me, the Joker's Wild is just another spin at the Riddlebox, because literally they're paying for bad things that they have done. So as they just talk about it in a different way, kind of like a game show. Instead of turning the crank, you spin the wheel or answer questions and whatever. So the Joker's Wild, in my opinion, let's do this. The Joker's Wild would be considered your day-to-day reflection on how you did that day. What type of person were you that day? At the end of the day, before you go to bed, play the Joker's Wild. Figure out if you deserve something good or something bad. If you deserve something bad, figure out why. Fix that issue. Make your amends. Say, I'm sorry. Show your action, whatever the case is. And continue on improving yourself. Dead Body Man. I'm reading through the lyrics and my brain spun it weird. I'm gonna spin the Dead Body Man like I spun Wagon Wagon. At the end of the day, after your Joker's Wild, you figure out what you did wrong. You deal with the issue. The Dead Body Man comes by and picks up those issues and drives off. You take the knowledge from that issue, how to learn to get better, and you move on with your life. While the Dead Body Man takes off the actual problem, nothing to be done. Little something, I'm not getting into that one. Old Evil Eye. Now, as we all know, well, as some of us may know, that is a spin, ICP spin of Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. And I googled it, googled the summary. On Google it says, what does the eye symbolize in the Telltale Heart? And it says, the eye in the Telltale Heart symbolizes the part of the narrator's identity that he refuses to accept or confront. Eyes are often viewed as representative of one's true nature and as being able to reveal an aspect of one's personality that the other senses may hide. What do your eyes see? What do they see when they look at yourself? Who are you? What values do you hold? What secrets do you keep? Are you willing to become a better person? Are you willing to accept your wrongs and improve your life by correcting them and becoming a better person? What does your old evil eye see? What does it represent? Mine, as of today, would probably have to be pride and ego. Mine tend to get out of control. I try my best to not let them do that, and I keep learning tools and putting toys in my toy box so they can be handled. But I'm human, I make mistakes. When you're going through your Joker's Wild and Dead Body Man comes and pick it up, do a little self-reflection. Figure out something you need to work on tomorrow. That way old evil eye doesn't keep staring at you, because it will eat at you. 12. off to the side, it says something about this song. It says, "This song is about a man who comes back from the dead and has only one night to kill the 12 jurors who got him killed. Once morning comes, his time is up." Let's spin it this way. I love spinning these. I love reading into stuff. This is why music is so powerful to me, because you can use it the whatever way you want. These, for all I know, could be just a bunch of words to ICP. I don't think so. If you've been watching the ICP House Party Peep Show, and you listen to how Violent J talks and Shaggy talks about the Dark Carnival and even Jump Steady, especially Jump Steady, and all the mystical powers and how they are as people, I really don't believe that you can read and listen to these lyrics and just take them at face value. There's no way. With that being said, 12. I'm going to take a spin at this. You hit rock bottom. At rock bottom, you had two choices. Continue going lower into the pits of hell, or start making your life better. You go this way, you're reborn. You go this way, you're going to keep dying inside. You go this way, you're reborn. You come back from the dead. Now it's time for you to go, according to the song, kill the 12 things that put you there. Start naming some things off that I've gone through. Well, of course, I've got my addiction. I've got my resentments towards people that hurt me as a child and teenager and adult. I've got my selfishness, my immaturity, my lack of emotional growth. I've got greediness, self-loathing, depression, physical, mental, and emotional stuff that I needed professional help for. The list goes on. If you're reborn into recovery, it's time to knock out the things and kill the things off that put you in your addiction. The way I see addiction is it's usually a symptom of something that caused you to want to escape. The killing fields. You read some of these lyrics. They're not dying, they're only crying, please. I hear the thunder in the sky, so I run and hide. The deadly rain may soon come down, you've got to get inside. The lunatics see the lightning, they're screaming, yes, it's raining blood, the streets are a bloody mess. But once or twice a week, though it thunderstorms, that's when giant heavy red and black clouds form. It's raining blood and kidneys and livers from the sky. Prepare, 'cause when you die, you're coming to the killing fields. This is the other side. So, we just talked about 12 coming back and going and killing off the things that put you at rock bottom. You go to the other way, and you go deeper into the pits of hell. You're going into the killing fields where you're just going to die. So now you're at your fork in the road. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to make your progress, or are you going to keep killing yourself? I'm Coming Home, the last song on the album. I'm Coming Home, to me, is remembering where you came from. No matter how successful you get, no matter where you come, what you accomplish in life, to humble yourself, to keep your life in perspective, remember where you came from. Remember the struggles that you've gone through. Remember the pain that you felt. Don't feel the pain, just remember how it felt. Like, remember what you went through when you felt that pain. Don't put yourself back in that pity pot of yours. Get out of that and remember where you came from. Remember the growth that you had. Remember the positive side of that pain. You've made it this far in life. All those tough days you never thought you were going to make it out of, you made it. Be happy. Appreciate it. Go out, close your eyes, and just smell. I don't care what the smells are. Appreciate it. And you step in dog crap. Appreciate it. It's not the best thing to do. But, you know, it could be worse. Could have been barefoot. And even if you were barefoot, it's not like you'd mess up a pair of shoes or socks or, you know, at least you got feet. That's going way far ahead. That's satellite. That's a long ways away. You gotta get through the first 6 first. So with that being said, what are you gonna do? So when you turn that crank on your Riddlebox, or you play your Joker's Wild that night, what are you going to do to make sure you have a positive outcome? Much love. Whoop whoop.